with my pageantry, this journey is really, I won a national competition, which is Mrs. Grant USA.
Wow.
2024. And then I went to international. That was my first time last year. I went to international in Myanmar. So I won Mrs. Grant International 2024. So I'm a reigning queen. So, but now I am going farther. So I want to grow more because I saw the Mrs. Earth International has a better platform. Mm-hmm. It's not only helping women, helping these women is great, but at the same time, you're raising awareness about the environmental sustainability.
Lights, camera, action. We're back for your satisfaction from Action Business Furniture Studios is where it's happening. We have a special guest star appearance today from Estella Fullerton with Lady of Earth. And this is going to be a really good one, everyone. And now, taking it away, your host, John Byron.
Hello.
I think that Mike paused and I wanted us to cheer for Estella.
Lady of the Earth.
Very, very excited to talk to Estella, and the topic that we're talking about I think is super important. So we're going to get to that in a minute. We're also going to introduce everybody here in the room. Appreciate all of you for being here. I do want to take a brief moment to just acknowledge the things that are going on in the world around us. And specifically, I want to speak the Charlie Kirk, the school shooting in Colorado, and many other things that are stirring up controversy, stirring up our instincts, our emotions. And we want to just take a moment to acknowledge that those things are out there, that they are affecting each and every one of us differently, and that it's very important. And this is kind of me personally. I think it's super important for us to engage with each other in person about these things. So much gets, I'll use the word spewed online in forums, on social media, and so much is missed when we're not face to face with each other. So I'm going to encourage people, get involved in a conversation with people that you care about, with people that you can learn from and grow with. And it's important that we have those conversations. And that is not why we've gotten together today. So although that's an important conversation, it's not what we're talking about today. We are going to have an amazing topic, an amazing guest, and I'm super excited to dive into that. So with that said, and without further ado, I'm going to go to my left as I always do, the one and only. If I say your name, then you can't say.
Then I don't have to. Hey, that's all right with me.
All right. Well, Robert Reuter.
All right.
Get us started.
Hey, everyone. I'm with IDIC Designs, owner and founder of IDIC Designs. I work with small businesses to help them meet their technology needs and make best technology decisions. I have a new program of open office hours, and in the comments, you can find a link to find out more about those. I meet Wednesdays and Saturdays, and it's open time to just come and bring your questions and be curious.
Excellent. Welcome.
Hello, I'm Zane Schwindeman. I'm with Zebra Go, and we specialize also in helping small business owners, specifically in the trades. If you go out and provide your services to your customer at their house, we'd love to help you out. While you're busy doing that work, we can answer calls, text messages, emails, handle your entire customer communication area. And yeah, I'd love to chat with you and see what we can do to help you out. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Dave Ribble. If you don't stand out, how will they know you're there? That's the question we keep asking everybody. September 20th is really an important kind of date for us. We're going to have another summit, and it's going to be at the community center in Spokane. We did this in April and had a really good crowd, and we're going to get even better with this one. If you don't stand out, how will they know you're there? It's not a real rhetorical question as much as it is a strategic one, because when we are working with businesses and we're working with individuals, especially small businesses, you have more going on than just being able to be comfortable in front of a group with a microphone in your hand. You also need some strategic help sometimes with moving your business. And that's what we're good at, and we have 40 years of experience doing. So Dave Ribble, Dave@daveribble.com. You can reach me that way or through this thing. And that's all I gotta say, Melissa.
Okay. I am Melissa Byron with Thrive Wellness, and I help people move forward with their health. I primarily work with a lot of people and couples that need a healthy body and healthy mind. So we do that in a very simple way that is easy throughout your day and busyness, especially with kids and just busyness of life. And then how to have a healthy body for life. I also do coaching with couples and couples with their children and their adult children, and helping them with a healthier mindset and how to really have a conversation, open and curious conversation. And I'm going to throw in, we are having an event at our home. And it is really just to gather people and build community. It's on the 21st from 4 to 7, and we'll post that. I say we, Jonathan, Byron, and I. And it is just a super fun place to get to know other people and build community.
That sounds good.
Yeah, he comes.
Yeah.
I'll be there. I didn't write it down. I'll be there.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Hi, I'm Joshua Jamerson. I'm with a company called Credit Fix Joe. There's no specific person we help. We help a little bit of everybody. If you're bad, you're trying to get fair credit. If you're fair, you're trying to get good to excellent, whatever it is. We also do like ID theft restoration. So if you have identity theft or know someone that's gone through it, anywhere online, you're over $1,000 to restore your credit. I can do it for $399. One-time shot, one and done. Everything is back in control. Everything is shut down. All your money's back. Credit cards are down. New credit cards are issued. The whole thing's done. So it just depends on what you're needing. People are trying to buy a house. You often are just a few points away from another score reduction or even just an approval. So we obviously take those to the next level. Bigger than that, we're really big in community. We're really big tied in with everybody we can to connect people. Like I'm part of Alignable. Am I allowed to say any of that stuff?
Absolutely. Yeah, please do.
I'm part of Alignable. I'm one of the ambassadors of the Spokane Alliance. It's just a local group. If you're not on Alignable, it's another networking platform that you can get on and really have a deeper, meaningful relationship with people instead of just a meet and greet. It's really big on not handing out cards. Have a few quality connections, not 20, business cards. So we have events once a month. Look up alignable.com, become a member, look for the Spokane Alliance, join our future events. We have an event coming up on the 17th in North Idaho. If you jump on there, you can see that event. It's going to be a big turnout. The North Idaho event is going to be great. But yeah, we're really excited. If you guys want to jump on Alignable, or I just wanted to also say thanks for inviting me. Dave, thanks for inviting me. I'm really happy to be here. I think that's all I got. Creditfixjoe.com. I'm Josh, 509-342-5060 is my cell. You can text me.
Boom.
Good to go.
Awesome. I try really hard not to jump in during introductions.
Me too.
I want to say thank you. I just went to your event last night. It was phenomenal at Mode, which I always like to shout out Mode because they're doing amazing things out there. I'm going to pick on you, and this is to the people in the comment section as well. Feel free, drop any link if you want to put Alignable's link in the comments of this video.
Sure.
If you have something that you want to promote, that's kind of the point, especially during this point where we're like making introductions. We want to know if you're online and kind of in the comment section. We want to know who you are and what you're all about. We try to make it as interactive as possible. We're experimenting with Zoom, having people hop in. We had somebody hop in last week. But yeah, please post those out there. And I did want to just throw on an extra endorsement for Alignable. You guys did a great event last night.
Just to mention it too, the Alignable, what's the cost for being part of the Alignable?
Oh, it's really expensive, actually. That's the downside, is it's free. So
I was going to say, I didn't pay anything. That's
free.
maybe I stuck in.
It's 100% free and Alignable. I've done a ton of marketing, a ton of advertising. I spent a lot of money. I did. Now I spend the majority of my time on Facebook and Alignable marketing there, because the platforms I get referrals that are quality referrals, people ready to go now.
Yeah.
It's a horse that's willing to drink. Oftentimes they show up at my store and they're like, "Oh, I don't have money right now." I'm like, "We just spent 3 hours like talking about your life. You didn't come with any money." Like, really? So, and then they don't come back for something. So it's just, I much prefer referrals and working with businesses to help their clients. But I help everybody.
Awesome. Perfect. Excellent.
All right. Well, Marty with Wave Technologies. We provide voice over internet phone service for small businesses.
Nice.
And we We do on-site white glove service from Spokane to Coeur d'Alene, Sandpoint area. We have technology partners in the area. So if you're needing internet, if you're needing cybersecurity, those types of people, graphic design, we can point you in the right direction. And as far as events coming up, Safe Harbor, anti-human trafficking organization, has a 5K coming up Saturday, September 27th. I'll be there. 9 o'clock, Riverstone Park in Coeur d'Alene. You can look them up online, safeharborforfreedom.com. September 27th. And it's a 5K. Stroller and dog friendly. And it's a good cause, fundraiser.
Yeah.
Lots of people in the community will be there.
What time is it, sorry?
Oh, 9 o'clock, I think.
And,
Yeah.
and that's at, sorry,
Riverstone Park.
I'll be there.
I love supporting small business nonprofits especially, so.
That's very good. Awesome. And we probably won't even get to scratch the surface, but we were talking before we got started. We are into fundraising season for nonprofits. And there's a lot of great organizations that we want to kind of work together as small business owners to support. So keep an eye out for news and options and opportunities for that. So great mention. Mike?
Minor Mike, Big Data Mike,
Hey,
the man.
I'm gonna try to explain something. Just first time. All right, in the world of data analytics, you always start with the X and a Y axis. So what I'm gonna try to explain today is called options. Okay, options. An option is a right to buy or a right to sell something at a specific price. Okay, so let's say last week we talked about equilibrium, right? So options trading is basically trying to guess the equilibrium. So there's things called calls and there's things called puts. All right, so if I'm calling it, so let's say if I think Apple stock is going to be at 245 in less than a year, I go and I buy a call. And I say, and they're usually the calls are, you have to buy 100 at a time. And you buy the call, and the call at Apple stock, say it's like, I think it's gonna be at 245. It surpasses 245, it gets up to 250. Not only do you get the premium on all the calls, you also get the additional money times 100, because usually they're in minimum things. And so that's a call. So what's a short, right? So a short is a put. So I'm putting something down. So a real way to short a company is like, let's say I have a bunch of stock in a seasonal energy company, and I say that, and I know that every year at a certain time it's going to go down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start selling out shares of my stock in order to buy options, puts against it. And as it goes down, I have a right to sell it at that certain spot, even though the market price of the stock might be lower. It's really cool until you get caught. So that's options trading 101. Until next week.
Excellent. All right. Estella, we're going to jump in a little bit to the topic, but can you tell us a little bit about who you are? And you can talk about FAMO or why you're wearing all this beautiful clothing.
My name is Estella Fullerton. I came from Montana. I am the founder and the president, and now we're trying to elect a new president, new people. So I will be the executive director. It's really a good title, but Filipino American Montana Organization is a nonprofit 501c3. So I'm also the Lady of the Earth. I'm promoting the Lady of the Earth. I'm competing December 1 to 10 in Manila for Mrs. Earth International. So it is empower women. I heard this from my CEO. She said, Mrs. Earth International is empowered women with elevating the earth. Elevating the earth. So I have an event coming in November 18. I am really, really dedicated in advocating for the underprivileged children's education. Coming from a third world country like the Philippines, education is a very powerful tool to help the poverty, especially among the third world country. So I am very dedicated to that. So I have 5 grown-up children. I have a 5 beautiful grandchildren.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Amazing.
You're a grandma?
Your grandmother?
I am a grandmother and I'm 62 years old. So
Oh,
I'm
you are,
really
no
boasting.
way. You look,
Yes.
you age very well.
Thank you
Very
so much.
grateful.
Thank you.
How can we help you? Can I?
Well, we're gonna get into the topic, and I do want to say, while we're on that, before we wrap this up, you said you have an event coming up.
Yes, I'm looking for sponsors for. I have this school drive supplies, and at the same time feeding program that I'm gonna do. It's not in the U.S., but it's in the Philippines.
Yeah.
So I did that before, and I was able only to help 150 students, and it's just breaking my heart.
Only?
So yes, because Federal is very small nonprofit organization. We have a lot of problems. We need a lot of things that I think we can discuss it later. But this is my personal drive. School supplies and feeding program in November 18, and my target is 500 to 1,000 students that I can give this school supplies.
Awesome. Awesome. So we'll talk more about that. I'm Jonathan Byron. I'm a realtor here in Spokane. And Josh, you fix people's credit scores so that they can buy a house. Once we do that, then I do the fun part. I get to go help you find the house that you like, negotiate a great deal on it. I've got a couple people right now that I'm helping with the transition. They own a house and they're buying a house and they have to sell this house to buy this house. And it's really complicated because it's tough to sell a house when you're still living in it, but it's tough to buy a house when you don't have the money from selling this one. So there are lots of ways to do it. None of them are super easy, but helping people navigate it is where I come in. And so if you are thinking about making a move, whether it's from renting to owning or from your first house to your second house or your 10th house to your 11th house, I love helping people with that transition. So that's what I do. And I'm going to echo, Melissa mentioned our event. We're doing breakfast for dinner for this event. So it's going to be really exciting. French toast, eggs, just whatever, sausage, all the breakfasty foods. And I did post a link for that in the comments. I also want to mention tomorrow, a really good friend of mine. I'm hoping I can get him on this show now that I think about it. But he's a musician and he's taking part in this thing called Porch Fest tomorrow, where in West Central, people loan out their porches and musicians come and play music on the front porch. And the community shows up and just wanders from porch to porch and enjoys music. So I posted the link to that in the comments. And then I didn't hear anybody mention it, although I was focused on finding all of my links. Our Connect is doing their mastermind event next week on Tuesday. And I think that's in the afternoon. And I posted the link to that as well. Sort of a similar thing where we get people together and talk, but this is, you're in a small group, you're focused on that group and how can you help each other. So really awesome thing to be a part of if you're trying to figure out what the next step is. And really, that is the perfect segue to what we're talking about, because one of the things that Estella and I, as we were talking about the challenges of running any organization, it's exactly what you started to articulate. And I think a couple people around the room, like, we resonate with this. Like, I see this need and I step out to fill that need. And you see, in your case, children, and we all recognize the value of education. And we see children that are not being able to access education over something that to us is a small amount of money.
Yes.
And so you stepped into that, and I'm going to maybe steal a little bit of your story, but you stepped into that with your own personal resources.
Yes.
And it's awesome to be able to do that, but you see a bigger need and you say, there's people in the community that can make this exponentially more.
Yes.
And then the challenge comes in, how do you reach that? How do you do that? And so that's the topic for today. And I love that a lot of times we come at this not as experts, but as this is something that like we're dealing with right now. And how do we help more children access education? How do we, with what we do here on Fridays, how do we reach a bigger audience? And so I think it's a timely thing, it's an important thing, and this week our focus is on giving back. And so we want to kind of dive into how you got started and how we can help you get to that next level. So Estella, welcome.
Okay, 6 years ago, I started to, a family of mine, just reach out to me and ask me if I can sponsor 50 students in one school, one classroom. There's 50 students. So I only able to sponsor that kid. So that's the first year. And then later on, something ignites within me, what if, telling my story, I'm having a, so what if I can have one or two people from my friends, my best friends, and then from the community to collaborate or help me. So then this is the time that I decided that I have to challenge my community, and I have a lot of enemies because I challenge them. We need to have an organization that would be able to help back home because we are privileged. Being here in the USA, no matter what status you're in, we are privileged. I am so privileged to be in the USA. So what about if I can help one or two students in the Philippines? Because then, it would help as a whole. You can start it from one student, two students, and three students. So I found that this nonprofit organization, I have a lot of support from the beginning. And we started from one school. We help one school, and then I would be happy. I would be proud to say I think we already have helped 15 schools. So we kind of like jump into one school to one school to one school, but we personally pick the school. It is a school that's really in need. The students is walking 4 hours to go to school. They go to work to school, no slippers. They just barefoot. So it's funny because Philippines is really a rainy season. There's a lot of rain. So the teacher, the first school that we helped, they bought umbrellas. And my God, these kids are so happy when one kid, we can't give all the umbrella to all the students. Yeah. So this kid that have umbrella, they share the umbrella to the other kids, so they won't get wet to go to school. So it is amazing. It's amazing that that when you do it yourself, then you feel the impact that you're doing for these kids. Kids in the Philippines is 6th grade. They look like a 1st grader because of the food, the malnourishment and everything. But there's so many that, we started for like a scholar just for high school to finish high school. We did that with this Filipino American Montana organization. So it's those little things. I always say that this small act of kindness, you never know how that give a big impact to the person that you have helped.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. I want to kick it out to the room, and also those of you that are in the comment section, jump in with thoughts and weigh in. But what maybe something from your personal experience where you had to step into the unknown, or some thoughts and ideas of like how to help out with all of this.
Can I start?
Absolutely, jump in.
So first off, thank you for sharing your story, and the goosebumps that you just felt. That's passion. That's what that comes from. Is you're so driven and your cause is so dedicated. The question I have is, how can we help you? You said that you're looking for support or venues or sponsors. You have an event coming up, you said on the 18th,
Yes.
November 18th.
Yes.
Where is that at? And you don't have.
That's gonna be in the Philippines, in Manila.
I'm sorry, where's that at?
In Manila, it's in the Philippines. This is for the people,
Oh, okay, that's
people in the
the
Philippines.
eighteenth
Yeah.
is over there.
Yes,
Are
So, so you go to
combined?
Coeur d'Alene and then just keep going.
Stop it, stop it, right now, stop it. But you were asking for sponsors though, like, are you looking to create a group here to kind of spawn your 501(c) to kind of support
Yes.
that? Kept here and you kind of say you want an
Yeah.
organization?
because this is gonna go through the Philippine, the FAMO, which is the nonprofit, and then the nonprofit would, we're helping local. We're helping children shelters in Montana. We're also helping women's, like I heard Safe Harbor. And,
Okay.
we're also helping members.
Another question I had written down here, if you were to get donations, like how much is it per student to make a difference?
I have this letter that I was asking people, your $200 would help children's school supplies plus a feeding program. I can give school supplies at the same times. I can have a feeding program for a day for these children. The $300 will go more. School supplies, feeding, and marketing.
So that's kind of where I'm going with it, is how to market this, to get people to support your cause. If we could figure out a cost per student, because then we could market it as, we just helped 400 students, or we helped 200. I mean, that number it resonates.
Yes.
With the lineable groups that I do, I would love, I put out an event flyer every month. I would love to put a section on the bottom that you're the sponsor and kind of a little bit of a blurb about what your cause is, and come with donations or cash donations. We'll have a box set up. You can talk on the mic. I have no problem. I love helping nonprofits. I love stories like this. This is what drives me to do more and better. So thank you for standing up for the cause. And maybe after this, we'll talk one-on-one.
Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah.
I really appreciate it. And I
Yeah.
would like to thank Mike
Yeah.
and you, and you don't know how grateful I am. I am so grateful.
Well, we're grateful to have you.
Thank you.
Definitely, Stella. Thank you. Anybody else?
I have questions about how, there's so many different causes that we can get involved in. In the particular case, what you're representing, what is the reason we haven't fixed it yet?
Oh man, Dave, you hit it.
Why,
Oh my
is it
gosh.
because we're overrun with more kids all the time? And we can't catch up to pay for their education and facilities and everything else they need? Or is it because of money going elsewhere in the process that never gets to the kids? I mean,
It's a good question.
those are hard questions to answer. I wondered if you had some things you could share with us about why is there an end to this, or is there always going to be these needs?
I think we can, in fact, we can eliminate. I think we can help a little bit, but I think the poverty. Because I really believe in education. Because in the Philippines, there's so many people that can't, like me. I wasn't able to finish my college degree because it's just so hard. The government system is so different. It's not like here. It's not like in the USA. You go to school, you need some money because you have to go transportation, you ride a bus, and then people just bring to-go bags to eat for lunch or for dinner. Some we just eat rice with some dried fish. I don't think it will end, but by education and truly helping those people in needs, I think it would help. It would help, it would help the poverty. Because Filipinos, or not only Filipinos, I went to Myanmar and I helped a Kenyan kid to finish his college degree. I think it's a disease that, especially if you have a corrupt, I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that if you have a corrupt government that,
So that's another thing that you're having to deal with.
Yes.
Yes.
That's
important, yeah.
That's why I'm always praying. The only thing that I ask for people that I've helped, because when you help, you don't expect something in return. I only ask them, pray for me that I will be blessed more, and then I can bless more other people. So I'm spending a lot of my personal resources, my money, to all my families in the Philippines, my neighbors, everybody. I don't know. I'm so soft if it's about education. I can't say no. Even I have just little, amount of money that I have, I would help because I know how to be there. I was there. So going direct to these people that need help, I think is very important. I think it would help.
And I think a thought that I had, and I think this speaks to, it doesn't answer it by any stretch. I don't think we'll ever answer that bigger question, but this makes me think of another friend of the show that we really need to get back here is Rafael Bacho. He's on the back of my cell phone cover. There we go.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Wheelchair racer from Ghana.
Oh,
Absolutely incredible guy. We hosted him and his daughter 2 years ago, last year, however that works out math wise. But I got to chat with his daughter Kelly, and she's the last two, whatever.
I love you, man. It's good.
Yeah. She's going to college, and that's kind of a big deal. They're in Ghana, and it's like as you said. So, but when I was talking to her about like what she was studying, she's excited to learn about engineering so that she can go back to Ghana, go back to her country, and create machines that can help harvest food and do things to tap into the nation's resources. And I think that an aspect that is often missing, and Kevin Illich, when we had him here, talked about this sort of like throwing money from a long distance away at a problem doesn't really solve anything. But when we can educate young people and have them kind of have these aha moments like you got to experience, and your perspective keeps humbling me, just I'm so take for granted the United States and what the United States offers, and the fact that we can have this conversation. And a few of us joked about all of the technology that is making this possible. I'm nerdy, I love it, and it's never enough, and it's all these like first world problems. We even joke about that as a issue. Is like, oh my goodness, am I going to spend $1,000 on? And it's like, man, like if we can set all of that aside for a minute and just help, especially young people, to get to this next level of understanding of how the world works and what's possible. The young people, my kids, and I'm not just bragging on my kids, but I am massively bragging on my kids. They're brilliant. Young people are brilliant.
Of course, yes.
And so if we can give them the tools to turn that, what they see and perceive, they'll take this to the next level. So I highly endorse what you're doing.
I am on board. I'm really can I ask one more thing? Do you have a GoFundMe set up yet?
A GoFundMe?
Do you know what that is?
Yes, I didn't set it up.
Estella, get it going, girl. We'll get this. We'll fund it. Like at these events, we'll fund it.
Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, just give us 3 months. 3 months, we'll do a few events, and it'll be great. We'll get you some capital.
Awesome.
So
you heard it here first.
Yeah. And I think that speaks to, and I want to keep the room open for conversation. I don't want to dominate here, but I think that this is the power of having a conversation. So saying that, segueing, I want to hear from other folks that haven't shared what's resonating for you. What are some thoughts that we can take away from this?
No, actually, I appreciate having you here because a lot of our stuff that we use is based in the Philippines. So I have a team in the Philippines that I communicate with every day, and I appreciate my team so much because they do such great work, and they're incredible, amazing individuals. And then they'll send me a message. You're talking about the rainy season, and I got one a few weeks ago, like, oh, I've got 3 feet of water in my house, and I'm here. It's just like, wow. And she's just like, I might not be able to work the whole day.
Oh, jeez.
I get 6 inches of water in my house, and I'd be like, I'm out.
Yeah, done.
So just the resilience of the Philippines, and telling the kids having to walk,
25
hours,
Yes.
25 miles.
in the rain.
Yeah.
It
4
makes
hours
sense
is 25
why,
miles.
why they're such amazing people.
That's incredible.
One of my friends, because I'm also helping other, so queens, we call her the Mrs. or the Mrs. Grand, Mrs. Universe thing. We met people with the same passion, in the same, just really same brain, mindset, and it's so amazing. So I also help. The recent activity that we have is that we need to go through like a water. You have to go to this little boat before you can go to the school that you would have there. And one of our members, because this is what I thought with teaching my officers. Okay, you go to the Philippines this year, tell me when, then you can get funds from this fund. It's not big, $500, 1,000, that's a huge amount. So bring this money and pick a school that you want to help. And they did that. I have like 5 of them already did that. And they come back to me, and it's just amazing experience that they really appreciate it. They go like by boat, like ride a boat at like 2 hours before you go to that school. It's an island, it's just amazing experience.
That's so cool.
It's not only fun, but it's just, you feel happy, helping these kids, and those kids are so innocent and very pure when they thank you and they appreciate what you give. And here, sometimes to me, I'm eating good food. I have a car. I drive a car. I drive a truck, and these people, they can help. They can help the society. You will never know. One of them is going to be a mayor. One of them is going to be the president. So that's what I do.
Yeah.
What's your nonprofit business name?
FAMO is a Filipino American Montana organization.
Is there is there a website or?
Yes, it's a FAMO18 .org.
FAMIL?
FAMO.
OOL. FAMOL?
No
Just-
L. And then
FM,
1.
okay, gotcha, just FME.org, 18.org.
I'm gonna drop a link to that in the chat.
Okay, man, sorry.
How much are you looking to raise?
Great question.
If I can raise about $2,000, that's really huge for the school supplies and the feeding program.
We can make that,
So
we'll make that happen.
I would like to have it 100,000. But we started, we're just a new organization, and we have a lot of what do you call that, on the way, so many adversaries, on the way. And to be a one person working everything, and you need manpower. I need people to help me. I always say I want people smarter than me, because I don't know everything. I started this knowing nothing. I don't know business. I don't know how to run an organization, but along the way, I'm learning. So I'm stepping out of my comfort zone to learn something, but it's not enough. I could probably do it, but it's very slow. I will be very, very slow. I can't do much, but with the help of other people, especially the brilliant people, with this, with a kind heart and everything like that, I think I want this organization to be successful and be around for so many many more years.
So just keep, after your succession, it just keeps going.
Yes,
That's right. That's awesome. Are you on Alignable yet?
I'm sorry.
Are you on Alignable yet? Alignable is the networking platform I was mentioning. Our groups, I mean, we have 50 to 100 people that'll show up every event, and we have 2 events a month, and you have really, really, really high quality, heartfelt people there. So
I did. That's why I'm doing my pageantry. I also, we are a member of the Filipino Chamber of Commerce. It's a coalition of a Chamber of Commerce, but it's in California. So I go there and I attend conferences and meetings. We have a meeting every month, once a month. They are helping me with resources and knowledge, how to be more successful.
Yeah.
But just like I said, I can do it by myself.
yeah,
I can do it by myself. I have really,
and I'll take care of her.
I have a lot of good people around me would help. If there's an event, they will be there, loyal. But I need help people. I need people to help me plan.
Yeah.
Make this bigger.
Structure.
Because alone, I don't think I can do it.
It's good. Dave, you had something?
Yeah, I was still back on the fundraising when we were talking about GoFundMe or whatever. Here's another unfair question.
Look, thanks, Here we go.
What, out of $1, what percentage actually gets to the kids?
Oh, good.
That's a good, I really want to tell you that your $1.
Because you have a government that is watching all this happen and
Your $1 is gonna go all 100%. That's how we do our fundraising.
good.
When we do the fundraiser, all of us are volunteers. When we do the fundraiser, whoever we want that fundraiser, 100% will go to them. We don't get any cents for anything. And that's what,
And no one else takes a percentage either.
no,
Not nowadays,
No.
you could transfer electronically. I mean, how are they gonna stop it? You could just Apple Cash somebody money and that's
I don't know.
Yeah.
well, if we
I mean,
transfer the
good
money,
question,
I
great
pay
question.
I pay for the,
Transfer fee,
yeah.
3.5%.
No, 100%. 100% goes.
I had a conversation with a guy years ago that was part of United Way. And I said, before I write the check, what percentage? And I had to go through like 3 people to get an answer to the question. And the answer to the question was majority of it wasn't gonna go very far.
That's the thing about 501(c)(3)s is you can pay yourself by running it a full salary, and whatever's left is what you can donate to the cause that you're saying you're donating it to. Asking that question is huge. Because they're saying, like, if we gave you $100, are you going to take $50 of it for your administration fee personally?
No.
That's kind of what he was asking, though. So it's
And-
amazing that you're just transferring.
And there are costs to the administration.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. No, for us, we do 100%, and whatever is expenses, we shoulder, I shoulder.
They're absorbing.
So that's why this is one thing I want to throw in, because nonprofit can also help another nonprofit. I don't know if it's, I don't trust, but because I really heard that this huge, big corporation, the $1 million nonprofit, they really don't give everything.
Yeah.
It's 10%, 20%, but no, you do it for them, so you have to give it all, or.
Great cause.
Yeah.
I'm on board. Thank you for giving us their story. I know it's not easy to go around and beat that drum, but if you don't do it, nobody would know. So your face being out there as the shining star leading the way for him is amazing. He's gonna help you get on Alignable so I can get your events posted and get you advertised and get you involved, and you'll be all right.
Gosh, I'm really glad you're here.
Yeah.
I love being a part of other people's circles like this. It's really awesome. What you were saying about you don't know everything and try to hire smarter people, to me that just kind of feels like you're trying to lean on the collective. It's I might not know everything either, but all of a sudden Jonathan's like, oh no, it's just one little thing. I'm like, thank God, I'm moving forward. Regardless of how smart someone is with you, just the collective brings the best ideas to the top.
Yes.
So that's great. And that's what this is all about.
One thing I was going to ask, because in our promotion for today's conversation, mentioned working with people and how other people can help you grow. And so Can you speak to that a little bit about how maybe whether it's with the organization or just your pageantry or just you yourself, like what type of people have you met and how have they helped you grow and how can we do the same?
Ooh, good.
Exactly.
Good question, Jay.
Yes. With my pageantry, this journey is really, I won a national competition, which is Mrs. Grant USA.
Wow.
2024. And then I went to international. That was my first time last year. I went to international in Myanmar. So I won Mrs. Grant International 2024. So I'm a reigning queen. So, but now I am going farther. So I want to grow more because I saw the Mrs. Earth International has a better platform. It's not only helping women, helping these women is great, but at the same time, you're raising awareness about the environmental sustainability. So these people I met along the way in my pageantry. I went to Cannes. So I love to travel, but in my 20 years, I am a homemaker. So I raise animals, I raise kids. They call me, I call myself a homemaker, a babysitter, a baby maker.
It's a full job though.
Yeah, so
No joke.
in 20 years, I really didn't get a job, like to go out and have a job, but being a homemaker, that helped me how to start my community service, and I loved it. And I'm glad that I have a husband that is very supportive. And then I went out to my comfort zone and went out to the pageantry. And I went to Cannes and met amazing people, collaboration. And just like I said, along the way, you meet these people that help you grow, just like you said, help you grow. And I'm the person that I'm not gonna pretend that I know everything because I have so many things that I don't know. So meeting these people and then listening to them and keep learning and growing, it's just amazing, amazing experience. So now I'm going bigger platform. How can I help people about environmental sustainability? Well, I'm not doing it. So I started doing it, I started doing recycling, and reusing and things like that. It feels good. I feel good when the first time I did it. It's just so much good to, by just starting with in your family. Just start in your family and teach your kids how to do it. Because before, you just throw the garbage everywhere in one place. And God, it's not that hard to segregate this garbage, so that's my.
That's down to the nitty gritty, every single
So
thing.
you're going to compete now for the next,
Level, it's just the Mrs. Earth International.
But you're already a queen.
Yes.
She's already a queen.
but what's the criteria? What are you judged on compared to everybody else competing with that?
The Mrs. competition, it's more on advocacy. You have to have this thing with you. I think that's one thing that made me more advanced when I compete because I already have this nonprofit organization. So
Her advocacy.
Advocacy,
Yeah.
so you talk about things you're doing and
yes, that's how you need to. That's how you empower, and that's like about 30 points you're gonna get. Of course, you need to be pretty, and you need to have this, talent, and to be, I'm telling you, I am the president of the Filipino American. You cannot see me in front of people. I'm the back. I'm the back. No, because I don't have self-confidence. I'm so afraid to hold that microphone.
No.
Yes, I'm telling you. And then
And people want to hear what you have to say though.
And then,
When you believe that, you won't be shy anymore because they're asking you, they want
yeah,
that.
and then I said, I have to stay on, step up. I need to get out from my comfort zone.
I don't know
What kind of a president I am? I can't even talk in the microphone. So my pageantry helped me. There's a lot of workshop I went through. So this is gonna be awesome. This helped me out.
So good.
You
So
just keep doing it and you get better and better.
yes, yeah, I still get nervous, but
You're gonna have to talk at my event on the microphone. They're gonna have to share your story, but we're gonna collect money and you're gonna get it all. You're gonna get your goal met, so.
is it okay? It's allowed to cry because
Yes.
I'm a crybaby.
I couldn't read a speech last night because I kept crying every time I was halfway through it, like, ah. Mary didn't want to read it for the same reason, so she came up with her own little speech. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, I almost cry, but
Okay.
Zane and I are talking about, well, what else would you have criteria wise that you would compete on, like playing the accordion or
The question is, what's your talent?
singing a
I
song?
think Mike knows my talent.
What's a talent, Mike?
I am a belly dancer.
I don't know how that's possible.
I was on the tip of his tongue. He thought maybe.
After watching you.
I heard you guys talking about piano.
I wish I could sing, but you know, I can belly dance with a double stretch in my head.
Could you teach Jonathan?
Oh, man, we'd be great watching you belly dance. Let's go.
I obviously don't even know what that,
No.
I need a lot of lessons. Yeah.
Yeah, I like to have a props double swords, like a sword on the top of my head.
Wow.
So the balancing. Yeah.
Does that
I can-
doesn't cut your hair off?
No.
Well, we're getting close to wrapping up. There's a few of you that have been really quiet today. I want to make sure I leave space for the thoughts that maybe haven't quite surfaced yet. And while you're thinking about what you might interject, something that I keep hearing, and I don't know that I'll be able to put it as eloquently, but there's this idea of doing what you can do, doing the small thing, the next thing. And so you're talking about recycling. And like if we just throw trash away and like if it's just a matter of like, okay, I'm gonna take this can and I'm gonna put it in a different, like it's a small step,
Mhm.
but it starts you down a road.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you mentioned just this picture in my mind, and this is so, I've experienced this in a few different ways, and I think we all maybe have on some level, but when you go somewhere, you were talking about like taking a boat across the water to get to a school. When we've gone to places where the people that we're going to have less than us,
Mhm.
and we give even a small amount of ourselves, of our resources, and we see the appreciation, we see the difference that it makes. It has such an impact on our worldview, on our selfishness almost, if you will, to where the things that I was stressed out about, even coming into this conversation, there's so much chaotic swirl going on in the world that it's easy for me to feel woe is me, and I feel so heavy and burdened, and it's like, I am so blessed, and just your perspective changes my perspective. And I'm like, wow, I'm so blessed to live in the country that I live in, to have these opportunities that we have. And so you might not be able to go to the Philippines and bring umbrellas to a school, but like if you can step out of the world that you normally occupy into a slightly different world and just give a little bit. And it doesn't even have to be like going somewhere and feeding homeless people or that kind of thing. It can be as small as just, going to your neighbor and saying, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. Are you okay? And looking them in the eye and seeing them and hearing them. It changes your perspective, which this whole stage fright, nervousness, a tip that I picked up a little while ago. When we're thinking about how everybody, in fact, I just did it, right? As I looked at the people looking at me, I think, how are they perceiving me? What are they thinking about my looks? It's so easy to get nervous. When you shift that and you're like, I have something to give to these people that I'm talking to. I have something to offer them. All of a sudden, all of that worry about how you look and sound, it just fades.
Yeah.
So I promised that I would give people a moment. So those you quiet ones in the room,
So something I've been thinking about as you're talking is, um, John, you touched on it quite a bit, but what can we do? What can we teach our kids to do? How do we teach them to really opening their eyes to those around them? And, seeing the people, even, our daughter is in third grade and she goes in with pretty, eyes wide open, who needs help in this classroom? And she gravitates to those kids that need the extra help. Like every year, the teacher says, "Oh my goodness, Isabella," it's like she just recognizes the kid that needs the extra help. And she just goes over there and she just embraces them and she helps them, whether it's with schoolwork or learning something or, how to, be a good friend. Like, I mean, she's young, right? But I think, teaching our kids, how do we go into a room with eyes wide open? How do we go into a space with eyes wide open? How do we navigate that here? But also, how do we navigate that with, seeing the need in the Philippines?
Yeah.
And I think that's a beautiful thing to be really mindful for ourselves and be mindful for our children. And so that's something that I kept thinking about as you're talking is like, I mean, I know quite a bit about the Philippines because I actually have friends who are in the Philippines who really help with the children there. And we can talk, but you may even know them. I don't know. But so I've been quite educated about the Philippines and the need there. But I love that you're their advocate for the children and getting them to school and having supplies there and having food. And that happens here too, but more so there. But having our eyes open even wider because of this conversation today. And I really want to thank you for that.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you're saying basically we need to teach our kids kind of the lessons that we're learning here so that humility kind of comes into their heart and value of our privileges are top of mind.
Absolutely.
That's great. So we can take your story and teach our kids
Thank you.
how to be humble and how to give back. That's great.
Your kid is really starting to be, she's gonna be amazing.
If they're being like that, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Great.
It's just showing already, so.
Yeah.
I always say it's from the parents, as kids.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It really does come from us as parents.
Sometimes kids get lost in the way, but I think what you taught them, you planted with them. Because we have problems with our 21-year-old. Oh, he's gonna hear this.
Well, you're talking about me.
Yeah, but he has a good foundation.
Yeah.
Very kind kid, very good kid. But right now, he doesn't want to go to school yet. So doesn't want to go work. Dad has everything. So
Yeah.
And Josh, that's a great segue. Next week we're talking about youth and the young people and the next generation. So I'm excited for next Friday. Dave, it looked like you had one more thing to.
No, I was just wondering about, I mean, it used to be an organization that would help you arrange for pen pals.
How about that?
If you have kids that could write to kids here,
of course, yes.
That's great.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
That's great.
There's some kids that write me, but I can't help the whole world. So I have to be very, very, really careful who, but there's so many people's writing, even with our Facebook page.
Yeah.
They would write me and sometimes I listen to my before I don't, but I started to listen to my guts. They said, like there's this,
Your intuition.
The intuition.
Yeah.
I believe that.
there's sometimes one person would write me and need help. I don't know why I would help that person right away, because I think I've seen the sincerity, and I think I can feel that these people really need help. But there's also people that I think taking advantage. So I am very careful with that too. So I'm trying to learn to hear my intuition. Really good. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, we're kind of running out of time here, so we're going to wrap this up. But some great connections to be made, and yes, we'll make sure that you get onto Alignable and get to their next event, whether physically in person or at least something that you guys can.
So you can talk on the mic.
We'll get we'll work through the logistics of that. Mentioned again next week, we're talking about young people. So if you have a young people or multiple young people and you want to bring them, we want to involve them in this conversation. So the third Friday of every month, we want to invite young people in. We want them to be the focus of the conversation. More details on that as we have them available. Estella, thank you so much for being here. Everybody that's in the room, I always want to go around and name each of you. I'm gonna do it. Rob Reuter, Zane Schwendeman, Dave Ribble, Melissa Byron, Joshua Jamerson, Marty Reed, and Estella, and Dynamite Mike is gonna take us out. Before you do, and I'm gonna steal your thunder a little bit, but there was so much in this. I think even for me, I want to just regurgitate this conversation for myself, because there's a lot of things that we can lose along the way, but want to appreciate that. And for those of you that are watching this, those of you that were a part of this conversation, there's something that you can take from this and say, how can I grow as a person? How can I grow the people around me by making one small change, one big change? Maybe it's a big change. Maybe it's traveling to the East Coast on a there and back trip. There's lots of different things, chimpanzees, monkeys, things. There's lots of things, but this is from previous conversations. You weren't here for those ones. We're going to put you on the spot for your takeaway. Just kidding. So anyway, find something that you can do. Find somebody that you can share this with, because as we share, as we take what we've learned and teach other people, we also grow. So I encourage all of you to just take a moment to help this thing that we're doing here grow a little bit. And now, Dynamite Mike, take us out.
Hey guys, I think you guys learned something valuable today, and that is valuable for everyone. So that's why you should share it. Remember, sharing is caring. Hook up Stella. Check out her links in the video description below and give her some page ranking. And we are going to see you guys next week. Bye.